All right. Okay, let's see. Bam. 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 All right. Let's do, you know what we do first. We gotta check this down. I just want to make sure everything's working. Yeah, I gotta share the screen because boy, we got some stuff to talk about today, baby. Share the screen because boy, we got some stuff to talk about today, baby. Also, still trying to get this light together. So please feel free to give me any feedback. Tell me how it looked to y'all. Because it looked like it looked okay, but it looked like on one side of my face. I don't know. Let me see. All right, it's only going to echo for a second, y'all. I'm just still doing the testing. Hold on. All right, boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see here. All right, so y'all know it's True Crime Thursday, right? Let me make sure y'all can hear.
Me. Put him in a lot. Just seeing him smile every day, waking up next to him. He would stay at the house a lot.
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know. Hey, y'all. Hey. Happy True Crime Thursday. And I'm telling you, man, I am a true crime buff. So, you know, I look forward to Thursdays because I always feel like, you know, there's so many cases going on and so many cases unsolved. So many cases that's just in limbo. So many cases that's still dragging on in court. I ain't naming no names, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, and it's a lot. Some of it's tied to our culture, entertainment, as well as just our communities and you know our world. Period. And so we want to make sure that we do our part, right, to stay abreast of what's going on in true crime. And I just want to go ahead and say right now, y'all, my allergies is doing the most. Okay, so I don't want you to be like, oh my god, why is she talking like that? It's because my allergies do not want to let me be great. They don't. Okay. But I'm doped up. All right. So I took some Mucinex. I took some Tylenol Tylenol sinus headache. I'm drinking water. Okay. I'm drinking some juice. And I'm together because you know it was no way, honey, that I was gonna miss today. Let me tell you why. So I'm at lunch at my daughter's school because they had like Friendsgiving today. It's like when the parents come for like the Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying, right? So I'm getting ready to walk out, and all of a sudden my phone goes to buzzing, right? And I look at it and I say, oh my God, the content gods, the media gods have shined down upon thee. Yes, you know why? Because right, I was just thinking about what story are we gonna lead with? What story are we gonna lead with? And then shout out to Rick Party. If you haven't followed him yet, follow Rick Party Show on YouTube, Facebook, and every other outlet. Right? Rick Party has sent me an exclusive about the P. Diddy Jane Doe, who ain't a Jane Doe no more. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna just start off with that. Even though I was like, dang, I know my clique, I know my crew. You know, they probably tired of hearing about Diddy. You know, they want to hear something else, even though this is juicy, baby. You're gonna have to hear this. This is juicy, okay? It's a lot. But then the podcast, the mother gods, the content gods shine down upon thee because across my screen said breaking news: Jussie Smollett conviction overturned by the Supreme Court. Now, y'all, you know how like you knew a case happened, right? And then ever since, okay, they got sentenced or whatever, and you just figured, okay, boom, they got they sentenced, you ain't hear nothing else about them, and so it just went away. Well, not necessarily went away, but you just, you know, you don't hear nothing else about the case. I was not expecting out of everything to come across my feed today, Jussie Smollett name. Because in my mind, I'm like, wait a minute, didn't he only get like 100 days or something in some community service? Y'all remember? Anyway, honey, Jussie Smollett seems to be getting the last laugh, guys. After all that the world and put him through, calling him a liar, talk about he making up stories. The two African brothers, I mean, they getting paid to do interviews, going on TV shows and magazines and all kind of stuff, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, now, as of now, Jussie Smollett conviction has been completely overturned. So listen, you don't gotta believe me. We gotta go get the tea straight from the source. So Jussie, I could not wait to tell y'all. Ooh, I was like, oh my God. Jussie Smollett conviction overturned. Y'all, who would have thought? And you know we got questions because it ain't never just that cut and dry. Let's see here. Let's go here.
Breaking news out of Illinois, where the state Supreme Court there has overturned Jussie Smollett's 2021 conviction. Smollett convicted on charges of falsely reporting a 2019 hate crime against himself. Joining us now is NBC's Adrian Broadus and Kristen Gibbons-Fedden, MSNBC legal analyst and former prosecutor. Adrian, so what exactly happened today?
Yeah,
Jose, a major turnaround in this case. The Illinois Supreme Court has overturned the conviction of actor Jussie Smollett. Many of you may remember he was found guilty of staging a racist and homophobic attack back in 2019. He alleged that attack happened here in Chicago. Now, the court ruled that the appointment of a special prosecutor to re-indict Smollett violated his constitutional rights. He had initially been charged by Cook County prosecutors who later dropped the case. But a special prosecutor was brought in to reopen it, leading to Smollett's 2021 conviction on 5 counts of filing false police reports. Now, we received a statement from his attorney, one of his attorneys, I should say, just moments ago, which says in part, today we resolve a question about the state's responsibility to honor the agreements it makes with defendants. We hold that a second prosecution under these circumstances is a due process violation, and we therefore reverse defendant's conviction. Meanwhile, you may remember the former Empire star was sentenced to 150 days in jail, but he served about 6 days before he was released on appeal. And we will hear more from his attorneys later in the day. I've been trading text messages with his attorney. And as you can imagine, this is a sense of justice for Jussie Smollett.
Wow. Now, y'all know I want the cornbread version of that because I'm trying to figure out if they're saying that they didn't have sufficient evidence to actually convict him in the first place, or if they're saying that it's the prosecution's fault because they made a deal and then they reneged on the deal. Now, that's what it sounds like they're saying to me, but y'all know we got questions and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Because I bet them little talking brothers, them little talking African brothers, oh, they coming out. They coming out. They got to. They got to. Let's see if it's another, a more cornbread version of what really happened.
Breaking news, the conviction of Jussie Smollett, the actor, has been overturned. Smollett, you may recall, in 2019 was accused of perpetrating a fake hate crime against himself, and he was convicted of that.
Wasn't that like the craziest thing though? Like I still got so many questions about that whole situation. Like, because no matter what, like I get it, but I just didn't understand like why they would think. What would Jussie like honestly have told himself to think that he would this would be a good idea. That's why I just feel like it's something with them brothers, y'all. It's something with them brothers, y'all. Now listen, I'm not saying Jussie is completely innocent in this, okay? But I'm just saying the way they saying it went down, like his whole plot to be the victim and blah 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 blah. I don't think it was that. I think somebody didn't hold up their part of the deal, whatever it was, for whatever they was doing or whatever they was trying to get. And that's how the story took a whole turn. Now, this was during the time when Jussie came in. He was like, he the gay Tupac and all that, which I don't even know what that is, Jussie, the gay Tupac. But okay. So now though, he beat his charge. And does it really matter why? No, it don't matter because his conviction is overturned. Let's see. I was trying to see if let's see. I was trying to see if there was like a more how we get down here how did we go from Jussie Smollett to Trump? No, thank you. All right, let's just see this real quick. Let's see WGN real quick.
Illinois' highest court has tossed out the conviction of Jussie Smollett.
The actor was found guilty of staging a racist and homophobic attack against himself back in 2019. Our Angelica Sanchez joining us live with details with more.
Yeah. Even no matter who says it, it sounds crazy, right? A racist and homophobic attack against himself. What? Okay, so now did he get charged with? But I thought he only got charged with like the like lying to police or like something like that, and had to pay back like the funds that police used to investigate the case or something. So now do they owe Jussie Smollett money back? Does Jussie Smollett have a lawsuit? His lawyers is talking. Let me see. I did catch a little bit of his lawyer earlier. I think it was on TMZ. TMZ, let's see. Yes, all right, so this is his lawyer, y'all. Okay, so if anything, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Let's see here.
First, give us your reaction to a pretty stunning reversal of fortune for Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, it's I don't see it as a surprise. Obviously, we're ecstatic, we're happy, but really my position is it shouldn't have gone this far. This prosecution was not a prosecution, it was a persecution. And prosecutions ought to be based on facts, not on vindictiveness. And that's what this seemed like. And that has no place in our American jurisprudence. And so I'm very happy. One thing I want to really emphasize here is this was not a divided court. This was a unanimous decision by our Supreme Court. And that speaks a lot as to what I'm saying now.
Okay. Nenya, have you spoken to Jussie? What was his reaction to this? Obviously, he's been out and starting his comeback in Hollywood. What was his reaction?
Now, but okay.
He was very pleasantly surprised. You remember that Jussie has been through a lot. At each turn, we've received bad news, whether it was at the lower court in the trial court with the jury's verdict, whether it was the fact that the trial court even allowed this case to go forward, whether it was the appellate decision. And so I think from a human perspective, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm going to wager, I think there was a feeling of, here we go again. And he was pleasantly surprised, to put it mildly. He's very ecstatic. And I would say the biggest feeling I got from him was a feeling of relief that this is behind him now and he can move forward with his life.
Wow.
I've been kind of just watching what's going on around the country. And I think this case is so relevant in that respect that you have a state's attorney, Kim Foxx, who made a deal with Jussie. He lived up to his end of the bargain. And then when she dismissed the case,
So this is what I think the problem is right here, y'all. So this is Harvey from TMZ, and because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, dang, like, so even though the case was already closed, he served his time, he did his community service, I thought it was over. So what really happened? So here's what I think came into play when it came to the Supreme Court overturning his conviction.
There was all this public pressure. Get him, get him. And they caved to public pressure.
And brought in a special prosecutor
and then
to finish the job, is how they would put it.
And we have seen this now all over the country with prosecutors almost kind of like seeing which way the wind is blowing and making decisions based on public sentiment. That's what I'm feeling. I'm wondering if you think this is going to get noticed and we're going to get a course correction.
I hope it does. Harvey, you raised 2 points, and one point you don't explicitly say, but let's start with the explicit point.
All right, so y'all, let me tell you what he's saying. So here we go. So you know how we have been talking about the fact that like the Diddy attorneys, right? Like how yesterday Diddy's attorneys, the district attorneys, got in trouble. Well, not got in trouble, but Diddy ended up getting a win because they like raided his cell. Yo, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. They raided his cell. Remember, I was like, they doing too much. Something is going on because they doing too much. And then also remember how I was saying, like, even the personal injury lawyer, like just doing too much. Even with Fonnie Willis and the whole Fulton County District Attorney Office with the whole YSL trial, doing too much.com. I had been saying that. I'm like, I don't understand like why the DAs all of a sudden seem so overzealous for these big name celebrity cases. Like to, and I understand, right? Like, because if it was my career, I understand, you know, growing in your career is you win at things, right? So I would assume that a DA, they win a lot of cases or, you know, close a lot of cases, etc., get convictions, that they build their career off that. But to particularly position yourself or align yourself with big cases so that your name is synonymous with the big name, right? And the case becomes a big deal. And so, and yielding your power to a point where you trying to use public manipulation. You're trying to manipulate the public as well as using your power behind the shield, as we should say, because you're technically not a part of law enforcement, but you're part of the legal field. To be able to kind of control the situation and make sure that it's an outcome that still favors you as in the district attorney. And that's federal and state. So we're talking federal and state because it's been a lot, y'all. And I told y'all this. My thought is this: Jussie Smollett situation, I feel like just like with Diddy situation, just like with Young Thug situation, and even YNW Melly situation, which we'll come back to that later. But I just feel like it's been a lot of rush to put everything out in the public, to condemn them in public first, right? But it also makes the DA or whoever the person is that's bringing those charges down, it makes them bigger, because it's now a big public case. And then in the end, they end up dragging it out, humiliating them so bad that they end up taking plea deals, etc. And so all that ends up happening is that it messes with the integrity of the courts. It messes with the integrity of the community's belief in the judicial system, because really, y'all, you mean to tell me with all the manpower and everything that you did, you made a deal with Jussie Smollett, and this was not, and this is crazy because it's not like it was a crazy, big, violent, hard case that required, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm just saying my thoughts are that I feel like in more than one situation, we're seeing, and maybe it's just me. If you feel different, leave it in the chat. Tell me what you think. I feel like more and more DAs in these public cases, y'all, are actually trying to get the public involved in the case to help manipulate it. What you think? Let's see. Do you think lately a lot of DAs, prosecutors have been targeting the public with celebrity cases and putting a case together after the charges. What y'all think? Y'all tell me what y'all think. I know I ain't tripping, and I'm not biased because this is not one particular case that we're talking about. This is not one particular case that we're talking about. And we got to be worried because even though we may not be Michael Jackson to them, but it doesn't matter because injustice to one is injustice to all. And y'all, we got to start holding people accountable, and we have got to learn the basics of the law because if not, I'm telling you, you'll end up in a situation where you're depending on somebody else to know everything for your life, to save your life, or what you know as your free life. If you don't know what's going on, at least a little bit. So we'll keep our eye on this because y'all, I feel like Jussie Smollett is going to sue. Because even if we're to go by what his lawyer and Harvey said, right? So remember, he took the plea deal, was like 100 and something days in jail, and he got credit for time served and only had to serve like 6 days, right? Physically in jail. But he also did that. He did his community service. He paid back his restitution. And then after all of that, the Cook County DA, even though she made the plea deal, she didn't honor it by turning it over to federal charges or something like that. Something like that. Something like that. I'm close. Shoot. Anyway, y'all. So the fact that that even happened, that man got a case. Ben Crump. Ben Crump. I know, Ben Crump, this ain't usually your thing, but you know, maybe you got somebody in the office that can handle this. Because when y'all thought Jussie did this, remember Jussie was like, they had on a Make America Great Again hat. When y'all thought Jussie did this, boy, y'all was on Jussie behind. Y'all left Jussie out to dry. Y'all just automatically assume. And listen, I'm still saying it has to be alleged now because guess what? Now he's not guilty anymore because according to the Supreme Court, his conviction is overturned. So therefore, he's not guilty at all. Y'all, we got questions because I feel like it's more we need to know. Anyway, so my final thoughts on the Jussie Smollett situation is, hey, Jussie, come on over to Radio-Muva World. We would love to talk to you and ask you some questions because you know we got questions and I know you got answers. And congratulations on getting your case overturned. And I'm sure we'll see you back on the big screen, the TV screen and everything in a minute. All right. Now, I'll tell you who I did see, y'all. Speaking of TV screens, my God. Yeah, Rick Party sent me the link this morning. Remember the judge like made like one of the Jane Does like the Diddy's lawyers like filed a motion like saying like, you know, hey, these people can't keep filing with Jane Does because we don't know who they are and it like prohibits the way that we can, you know, prepare our defense because we don't even know who they are. Well, a Jane Doe, y'all, has come out. She said her name, this one particular. And y'all, she is actually the one. Come here. She is actually the one that says that she was the kid. I know. She called herself that to a little girl that was on the table naked at a Diddy party, and all of them were eating fruit and stuff off of her. Look. All right, so I'm not gonna be able to record this, okay? So we just gonna watch it together, you know, like we do, right? Y'all, it is so much. Like, and it's so much that it's not even funny. Like, it's really, really sad because I'm not saying, you know, we err on the side of the victim always, right? We just naturally victims, real victims everywhere, right here over in Radio-Muva World, we err on the side of the victim. However, we always got to keep our head on a swivel and stay woke. Okay? So look, y'all. Let me go into my history. Because, y'all, when I was watching it, like, I could honestly feel in her voice something happened. And apparently this picture had been going around, but I ain't never seen it. They're going to show it. Y'all tell me if y'all seen it. Hold on. When? Okay, it had to be somewhere right up in here. No. Wait. Spice House. Was it right here? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I tell you what, forget that. Let me tell you right now. Let me go to Rick Party message. All right. Let's see here. And let's see. I'm gonna tell you right now. It is okay, cool. I got it. Here we go, y'all. So we're gonna go to this channel. Apparently got the exclusive. So shout out to the Lionel B show. Let's take a look at it together, because it is no way that I can report on this, y'all, and y'all not see it. Okay, let's see here. So I know what I saw this morning was a part 1. Y'all look, here you go. Let's check this out together. Y'all.
It's horrible. It was so horrible. I can't describe how horrible it was. Everybody telling me not to speak would just let them reveal my face. And like I'm telling people around me, if I wanted the money, I would have been and took the money. Like, they've been paying me money and I've been living like I'm broke. They got my pictures out here. Who put my pictures out here?
That's a picture. They're going to show another one. The one where I said it was eating.
Now, peeps, I sat down for the most exclusive interview of 2024. We've seen her pictures all over the internet with multiple celebrities eating food off of her body when she was just a preteen. We've seen her sitting in Diddy's lap in the studio when she was even younger. Now, hear her story for the very first time. We've heard stories of her abuse by famed actress Jennifer Lopez. She details her abuse by Diddy and other Hollywood elites. She fought back tears as we sat down for her heartfelt story. Now, this is definitely an interview that you don't want to miss.
Y'all. All right.
Because then I started writing music for P. Diddy.
So that's Harvey Pierre. Okay. She has his name wrong in here. She calls him, I think, Pierre Harvey or something like that. But that is Harvey Pierre. That's who we were talking about the other day when I was like, that's Diddy's right-hand man. That I'm surprised I haven't heard his name, because literally him and Diddy were like this. Like, that was literally Diddy's right hand. Okay. So here she is, y'all.
And P. Diddy liked the music, but Pierre Harvey was
Absolutely. So let's start at the beginning. How did you first meet Diddy? How did you get connected with Diddy? And how old were you when you met him?
In the 2000, I was basically 10, 11 is when I lost my virginity.
Oh my God.
I met him 6th grade that summer or whatever. And I remember Pierre Harvey coming by, because then I started writing music for P. Diddy. And P. Diddy liked the music, but Pierre Harvey was coming by, and at first he was nice and he was paying me too. But I remember one time he came in, like, he got snatched the book out of my hand, and he didn't pay me my money. And then he came back another time, and he had a big phone, and like back then the cell phone was like real big and thick. He had a big thick ass cell phone, and he was telling me that P. Diddy wanted to meet me or whatever. He wanted me to come to his flavor camp for 48 hours. So he told me to ask my grandmother, could I go? I asked my grandmother, she said no. And at the time, my mother was on drugs. And I was all like, I was mad at her, because I'm like, I want to be famous. I want to be rich or whatever. I want to be famous. He gonna make me a singer, and we're gonna be rich. He's saying that I got potential to be like the next Michael Jackson. Is basically what the nigga was telling me. And she said no. So when he called on the phone, I was like, she said, no, I got to ask my mama. She was being funny, like, ask your mama. But she knew my mama wasn't around. So I told them that, and they was like, we'll take you go find your mom. And I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah. So when they came back, I was expecting P. Diddy to be outside, but P. Diddy wasn't outside. Pierre Harvey was outside, and he picked me up. When I got to the car,
y'all keep in mind, when he asked her at what age did she meet Diddy, she said 10 or 11. So all of this stuff she's talking about, writing songs for Diddy, Harv Pierre coming to pay her and pick her up, is this also happening at 10 or 11? Y'all?
He was all like, he put P. Diddy on the phone because I was like skeptical about getting in the car. So he had to call P. Diddy for me to hear his voice. And once I heard his voice, I got in the car. And then when I got in the car, I remember him like, eat the candy, eat the jelly beans. I think I had on pink that day.
What?
Pink, like some pink sweats and like a shirt. And I had Bobos in my head. And he was like, eat the candy, eat the candy. And some said don't eat the candy, but then he was like being real persistent. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat the candy, try it. These are new jelly beans. We just invented these with jelly beans. And when I ate the jelly bean, I was like, this is nasty. And I was spitting it out. And as I spit it out, I was like, I want to get out the car. And he slammed the door, and then he got in the car. And I remember being out of there. And I remember them putting me on the jet and them saying, damn, this little heavy. I remember him being like, wake up, wake up. I remember waking up.
Her
I remember my ear popping, and I remember my stomach dropping on the airplane.
Oh my God. 10 or 11?
So it was a private jet that they put you on?
Mm-hmm. It was just us. I'm calling it airplane. That's what I called it back then, but it was a jet. I remember getting there to the studio. I'm out of there asleep on the couch. I remember an Asian man or a Chinese man being there, and he was all like, you did this to my son. I'm going to the police. Like, you did this to my son. He's in the hospital.
Wow.
And he was all like,
all right, y'all. So this again, apparently, shout out to the Lionel B show. We are just reviewing some of this in the fair use, under the Fair Use Copyright Act. Okay, we're not recording, we're not repurposing or anything what we're watching right now, but we are just watching it to under the Fair Use Act. And y'all, again, 10 or 11, I really want y'all to see. She got this, there's this part in there, y'all, where it's a picture, and she said the picture going around the internet, but have y'all seen it? It's like a picture with them eating fruit off of her. Hold on. Let me see. I mean, I do believe something happened. And I'm not saying that it couldn't be everything she's saying. Wow. I really was just trying to find this one part, y'all. Now, you know if I wasn't looking for it, right? Let me see.
Mm-hmm. He asked me what kind of cocks I like, and I was like, real big cocks. I like big cocks, real big.
Oh my.
And he sent Roger Bonds to go buy a pink dildo.
What? Y'all, in case you don't know, let me tell you who Roger Bonds is. Roger Bonds is also one of Diddy's ex-security guards. And he is also one of the ex-security guards that's doing all the talking right now. You remember I told you, like, all his ex-security guards doing like talk show rounds. They on every internet show, every blog, every podcast, everything, right? Spilling all the tea from back in the day with Diddy. But see, he didn't tell us this. I ain't never heard Roger Bonds. And she calling him out by name.
And I remember waking up, looking in the mirror. I look in the mirror and I see P. Diddy behind me. And I know when I was in the room, he took my virginity on that bed. And I remember screaming and hurting. But I had to take that. I had to take it.
No pun.
But then after that, I remember I just woke up again. I'm in the bathroom, bent over the sink.
Oh my God.
And I'm yelling, but I guess I'm not making noise. I don't know, but I'm yelling. It hurt. Please stop. I'm weak. I can't move.
Oh my
And
God.
he's giving me or whatever.
all
He turned me
alleged,
around, kissed me in
y'all.
my mouth, and like, I'm not gonna hurt you, but he was hurting me. And he turned me back over, and when he stuck it in my, he told me pinch his nipples and all type of crazy shit. He kissed me in my mouth, and he turned me back over, and I passed out again when he stuck it in my ass, and the pain stopped, and then I was relieved, and then I felt the pain again, and when I woke up, it was Pierre Harvey behind me.
Pierre.
And
y'all keep watching. I'm about
he stuck it in my ass, and
oh my God.
I remember looking and yelling, "No, stop! No, stop!" And I happened the Jewish guy was behind Pierre, like on the side. It was like in his bathroom at that studio. It was like a restroom stall in there. I remember, and then after he finished, I remember P. Diddy I was asking the Jewish guy to help me because I know he just had a baby, and I was looking at him for help, and he was all like, "I don't want to do this. I want to do this," and he was like, "If you don't fuck her, I'm gonna fuck you." So the dude got behind me, and his stuff was soft.
Oh,
it was like a break in between, but then I remember I wake up with them, and like at first it wasn't like, oh, I can't. I remember.
This is a lot. This is a lot, y'all. And she is calling names, and she is letting her name be known. She said they've been trying to offer her money for years, and she won't take it. Wow. Wow. Now, you know, part of what they said they found in Diddy's cell was what the prosecution tried to say is that they found notes where he was saying, dig up dirt on all the victims. 10 or 11, all of the detail that she know, 10 or 11. And let me see if I can find that picture that I was telling y'all about. So since I can't find it through the video, and I don't want to keep scrolling through, because Lionel B, we all right, Lionel B. We love you, Lionel B. We love the Lionel B show. Please don't give us no copyright strike. All right, so look, let's see. Diddy accuser picture with fruit being eaten off body. Let's see. Oh my God. This is it, y'all. Oh my gosh. She said she was 12 or 13 here. Oh my. She said that's her. She said that's her. She said she's humiliated because the picture has been leaked and going all around. I can't really tell. Wow. Eating on human table with Bruce Willis and Will Smith. Wow. Yikes. Y'all. And I mean, you know what's crazy? Human tables. Sounds like something Diddy would do. But look at the type of people he had there, y'all. I honestly don't feel like he was doing anything to try to hide it. Not in this case. But she said, okay, she said she was 10 or 11 when she met Diddy, and that she was 12 or 13 when she did this party. Y'all, we got questions. I got so many questions, man. Here's my thoughts on this. At the end of the day, you know, when you shake a Coke can or any type of soda, And when you shake it up, and then you pop the top immediately, it's going to explode on everything around it. I feel like that effect is what's happening right now with Diddy cases. I feel like all these years it's been shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking. Now it's exploded. And so now it's exploding onto everything around him, everything, everybody, every situation. And we still have a lot to learn. Okay. I still err on the side of remembering that these are still all allegations. Although I honestly could tell something happened with her. She knows something. But we'll see, because now that she has complied with what the judge told her to do, which was they ordered her to release her name or either drop the lawsuit. She released her name. And now she's talking too. But is that going to hurt her situation, talking to the media? And like the DA said, Diddy's trying to do, that's actually them trying to take the potential jury pool as well. So my final thoughts on this whole Diddy situation is we got to keep our head on a swivel and keep watching, because tomorrow Diddy goes up for bond again. And this time, y'all, I'm telling you, he's going to get it. Let's bet. Let's bet. Lunch on you. He going to get it. Diddy's going to get bond this time. Mark my word. He going to get it this time. We got to keep tuned. All right, y'all. So listen, I'll be back to do some more reaction videos. It's True Crime Thursday. If you got any true crime stories that you want to talk about, please send them to me in the comments, or definitely inbox me or DM me. We got to talk about the YNW Melly case. Breeze over what's going on with Lil Durk. And y'all, the YSL trial still going on. The snooze fest trial. That's what they need to call it. We got to talk about some people that were up for parole that got denied. And oh my gosh, so much more. And of course, we're still watching our marquee case that we kicked off True Crime Thursdays with, about female rapper Tana God gunned down in Oakland, okay, in front of a hair store. So we got to, get caught up on all of that. So I will come back to the stream. How long did we stream this time? How long were we on, y'all? A little over an hour? All right, a little over an hour. All right, so look, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like, subscribe, share. I can't do this without y'all. And with y'all, we're going to build this thing right, baby. We're going all the way, baby. Radio-Muva, Click, or Crew. Which one y'all like better, Click or Crew? Get down with the Click or get down with the Crew? Which one y'all like better? I mean, because that's going to be y'all. So I can stop saying chat. Hey, chat. All right, y'all. Radio-Muva on YouTube and every other outlet. I will see y'all in the next video, and we will talk about some more things going on in True Crime Thursday. And remember what I always say, doesn't matter who like or love you. Doesn't matter who doesn't like or love you. All that matters is that you love you. See you on the next stream.